It's a privilege for me to be back in London and to join William Hague, Angelina Jolie, and so many others in the first ever global summit on sexual violence. And I'll say a few words about that in a moment, but like William Hague, I clearly want to say a few words about Iraq and the subject we just talked about in our bilateral meeting, much on our minds. President Obama met with his senior foreign policy team yesterday afternoon. We had a comprehensive meeting regarding the events in Iraq. We discussed a range of options, including military action, to provide support for the Iraqi government and to respond to their request at this difficult time. Iraq is facing a brutal enemy that also poses a threat to America's interests and to the interests of our allies in Europe and in the region. Given the gravity of the situation, I would anticipate timely decisions from the President regarding the challenge. We've already taken some immediate steps, including providing enhanced aerial surveillance support to assist the Iraqis in this fight. We've also ramped up shipments of military aid to Iraq since the beginning of the year. And we have continued to ramp up efforts over the course of the last months leading up to the events of the last week. We've also expanded our training programs, both inside Iraq and in Jordan. We are laser focused on dealing with the crisis at hand. But just as important as any short-term action is our continuing effort to build the Iraqi government's ability to be able to sustain this fight itself. And we plan to intensify that effort in the coming hours, days, and weeks. Security is a priority, obviously, but make no mistake, this needs to be a real wake-up call for all of Iraq's political leaders. Now is the time for Iraq's leaders to come together and to show unity. Political division, fueled by ethnic or sectarian differences, simply cannot be allowed to steal from the Iraqi people what so many have given so much for over the course of these last years. This is a fight for a better future for all Iraqis. It's a fight for a pluralistic, tolerant society. It's a fight for a civil approach to governance. And it is a fight, ultimately, which winning will require all of Iraqi's leaders of all different stripes and persuasions to come together in order to put the national interest above their own and above any sectarian interest. Our commitment to a better future for people is really what brings us to London this week to direct international attention and focus on the critical issue of ending sexual violence in conflict. There are few leaders more committed, as I said earlier, to this cause than Foreign Secretary William Hague, and we are very, very grateful, both of us and all government individuals involved in this, for the participation of the UN Special Representative Angelina Jolie. We also appreciate Special Representative Bangura's efforts, and I recall a conversation we had back in February, and I am pleased to join Secretary Hague and Angelina in trying to elevate this conversation today. Too many of the places that